people, because truthfully, it is time to get a heck of a lot more stuff done. And these two ladies, if you don't know them, they are some of my, favorite people, Amanda and Lynn, who run The Pursuit of Badassery, which is an amazing podcast, an incredible book series, and people you need to know, because if you're thinking, I think I'm dabbling in my business, these two ladies are going to wake you the frick up. So ladies, welcome. I'm super excited by what you guys are doing in the world, and you've got something really cool coming up around the corner.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much for having us. I know there's a little bit of delay, but we are so excited to be with you. Obviously, we love collaborating with you. We've been collaborating since the first time you were on our podcast. I don't even know how long ago. It feels like forever, but it wasn't that long ago. A couple of years maybe at most. Yeah. And we are so excited to be able to share with you and have you as part of our programs and part of our collaborations. And so thanks for having us.
Yeah, super excited. Guys, we're coming to you actually around the world. So that's why if you have a leg, don't worry, in your time zone, we're catching up. So I'm coming to you from the West Coast in Canada, Mountain. We've got Amanda, who is in the middle of a storm right in Houston. And then we have Lynn all the way from Bangkok. So when you're thinking, how do you go play around the world? I said, drop your excuses. You just decide to do it. And we actually met. This is actually, I will tell you the origin story. So we met because these ladies do have an amazing podcast. And it was about finding other women that love to sell, who love to create the results and have a very low tolerance for the storyline of excuses. And it was like electric. It was like, oh my God, yes, 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 yes. Please come find your way into our space. And you guys, for the last 5 months, I have been an incredible privilege to sit front row in their 6-month Pursuit of Badassery master group. And you've got an incredible group of people around here. I'd love for you to talk about why you think being in a container, first and foremost, is helpful when it comes to getting stuff done.
Oh, we love the Best Amplifier. It's our signature programs, and we love that you're in it. And yes, I have to agree with Amanda. It was like instant. These are our people, and it's only a little.
Feels like for longer
time. I don't understand time.
Forever. Other question. I'll go first. Amplifier, or even in like a mastermind, or that's healthy. That's healthy. Working together in the direction that you need. It helps people accountable. It helps call you at either or learn to call your things that maybe you from point A to point B in the way that you be going. So that could be maybe you're taking too long, you aren't going in a smooth direction, whatever that is. But being in a container such as the Badass gives you actually an good board of advisors that also just are kind of keeping their eye, helping you along. And yeah, also important part of our need. Quotes, and I love one of my favorite African proverbs is, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, and that community absolutely helps you build fundamentals and foundations to be able to scale and grow on, not just professionally, but more importantly, personally, because the more that we can grow from just our personal side, the ability we have to expand to other regions of our.
And for sure, that's what you see in this container, because I said I've had this great opportunity to sit in it, and is this tap, 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 how are you doing? Tap, 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 I'm cheering for you. Tap, 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 something seems a little off. Can we bring together a space where you can listen if you're not ready to know what questions to ask? And everyone is in a different space in their business, but you need to be in the room with the action takers.
100%.
Absolutely.
Wait, I love how, Amanda, I know you're cracking up too. Christine, I have to say, I love how gentle you are with that tap, 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 because I don't feel like our tap, taps are always that gentle.
I'm Canadianizing it. That's when you say we're the nice, kind people, because truly, guys, it is lasered with kindness.
Yeah.
but it will sting a little. So I have definitely Canadianized the tap, tap, tap.
Yes, which I love, because you're right, Lynn. We don't sugarcoat stuff. We're not fluff people. We call you out, but that's what you're saying is it's one of the best things about being in something like an accountability group or understanding other like entrepreneurs is because you do get to get called out, and you don't want a bunch of yes people always telling you like you're great, like blowing sunshine. You want people who can be real with you and say like you're doing the wrong things. Here's a better option, or maybe it's not the wrong things, maybe it's the wrong timing, or maybe it's putting your effort in the wrong place at the wrong time. I mean, there's lots of things that make up how we like fall down these rabbit holes within our entrepreneurial journeys. So having these groups really allows you to bounce ideas off people or get feedback or say, hey, has anybody else tried this before? And then have someone come back with an educated response. And that's gold. I wish I'd had that when I was starting out as an entrepreneur almost 25 years ago. I didn't have that for so long. And I didn't think that that was something you do. I thought that to be a strong leader, it means you have to know all the answers and you can't show any weakness, and you can't for a second show that you don't know the answer, because then you're a bad leader. And I struggled way more than I had to. And that's what I love about our Badass Amplifier, and just working with other like-minded entrepreneurs and collaborating with someone like you. We get it. Like at a fundamental, deep level, we get it. We get each other, and we're not each other's yes people. We will call each other out. We will be accountable. And that is priceless in the world of growing your business.
Well, it absolutely is. And I want to say one comment. And what I think is important is like the room of us three are quite seasoned business owners and people who've had a lot of experience. What I love about the Amplifier environment is even if you are looking for your first 5 clients, you're going to find community in it. And yes, it'll be eye-opening. The fact, yes, you are accountable. And guys, that word freaks a lot of people out. Just to be clear, accountability simply means measurement. And what you get measures. What you get matters. And the big shift I know even in my own business is I don't just treat my business like a business. I run it like a business when I'm around people who treat their business as a business and have more than one business they're running, and it doesn't run them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So a couple other things that I know we also want to talk about the masterclass. So I know we want to come back to that. But another thing about the BA in particular, the Badass Amplifier, is also, I love what you just said. It's actually about running your business, like not letting that you have a business. But also one thing that's special about the BA is a lot of other groups, a part of many other groups, network organizations, she's helped runners. And when said, we really curated the Badass Amplifier to be a haven for entrepreneurs, and always feeling like they are being sold to either. And so that is another thing, because a lot of these groups that you see nowadays, they are either the ones who are facilitating it or using it as a pool to constantly sell, which it's a sales technique. We all three of us love sales. We could talk about sales all day, every day. So,
100%.
And it is a sales technique. However, we created the BA to be a safe haven to really learn the entrepreneurial kind of levels in different aspects. Because we have startups in the BA all the way to people who are making 7 figures, right? And stay accountable, not to worry about being sold to, not to be worried about each other selling to each other or passing referrals or anything like that, which we 100% collaboration happens, but that is not the premise. It is really sort of the E-Myth related. We've created, we are helping entrepreneurs and small business develop their foundations in the entrepreneurial world and really building their business, understanding how to be an entrepreneur and applying it. We're applicable individuals. That's how you get shit done, by the way, is you take action. And so, because the thought of it doesn't make it happen. It is the action that makes it happen. And so I just want to drop that little too, because it is very different. And Amanda and I put in a work to that different organizations we belong to, we really wanted to create a state of entrepreneurs level up and get to that next level, whatever that is.
Yeah. And it is a place where you will run and, you can ask questions, you can get support.
Yeah.
And here's the other piece. They'll say, how did it go? Please report back. It doesn't just go off into this figment of theory. There's a real loop that I love that you guys have curated. So of course, my group and the crowd that are all listening to this are going to go, I want to be in this group. So let's just, when is the next start date of your Badass Amplifier? And then we'll talk about how do you get a first taste if you're not yet sold, even though, guys, take it from us, go straight there. When does it start?
Our next one starts on July 1st, and it's the last one of the year, so there won't be another one that starts this year. So get in now, because the next one won't be till 2025. So we are super excited. It's very limited on the entry, and we're really excited to get that going in just a little over a week. I can't believe it.
So guys, this is it. If you're not where you want to be already, you're going to do this for 6 months. You're going to rock and roll. You're going to get yourself into a community that's going to support you, because I do not want you sitting in September saying 2025 will be my year.
Oh, I know. I hate that. I mean, I know hate's a strong word, but that's, I know so many business owners that get to like just before Black Friday and they're like, well, I guess it's not really going for me this year. So 2025 is going to be my year. Like 2026 is going to be my year. 2050 will be my year. It's so easy to fall into that.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm really excited about this BA, because we're going to get you, I mean, for all the people who particularly have brick and mortars or have products and things, like we're going to put you right through the Christmas season. So let's talk about all the things. So it's going to be a really, really exciting session, because there's so much that happens in the last 2 quarters of the year, and we get to watch businesses and help businesses through that. So I'm excited for that.
So guys, just think about that. If you need some support through your biggest selling season, this is the room to get into. Come and reach out to us. We'll get you hooked up. We'll get you into that group. And beyond that, though, you also have a masterclass, because one of the things I admire about both of you is I know the speed at which you travel. And yet I see you living as much as I see you winning in the world of business. And I talk about it a lot. And I said, Amanda, you homeschool a young one and have multiple businesses. Lynn, I've seen take beautiful vacations where she actually like vacations and comes back and then runs like 3 MC events and runs these global worldwide things. Like, it's remarkable. And people say, how do you do it? What's the secret to getting more stuff done?
Insanity. Just kidding.
Thank you for your honesty. It's the imagination that I could.
Yeah. No, oh man, we could go on and obviously we're going to be talking about the masterclass on June 24th, which is coming up, and I know you're going to throw a link in to your stuff, so all the people watching on your platforms can definitely join. There's 3 time slots to choose from, but people have tried and true, and I'm not necessarily going to give the ones we're going to do in the masterclass, because there are a few different things, but one is really having someone who's not your yes person. Like Amanda and I are already those type of people. Like, we've always been very like just get shit and like constructive in variations. When Amanda and I went into business together a few years ago, I mean, we've been friends for over a decade and worked with each other anyway, but we actually took our stuff on hyper. We knew we were each other's people and take each other on hyperspeed, not be each other's person there. And to really have somebody who needs to be called out. I'm sure a lot of you have had a coach, like a physical coach, athletic coach, and when I was CrossFitting, because he knew how to, and actually one of my basketball coaches too, they knew how to motivate each individual person in the way that they needed. Some needed to sweep it, some needed to, and then I really get each other in is that we absolutely need at the point, right? So when to thing I would say is management, like we control the calendar. That's so important. And said that you should put into your calendar is me time. Because if you're not depositing, if you're not putting on your own mask, depositing into yourself, then you do not have energy. You know, it's funny. I see people all the time, people on a pedestal, but people put me on a pedestal of like, oh my God, you're so busy, you're this and that, da da da, you never take time. And yeah, I might have 15 appointments in my day, but that's also now I might be getting a foot massage. That also might be having a cocktail with my girlfriend. It might be, you know, XYZ. I put everything into my calendar, and I live by my calendar. My calendar does not control me. So I also have integrity. Integrity is a bastardized kind of like, and I know I'm speaking on behalf of Amanda as well, because I know a lot of that. When we say we're going to do something, when we have a deadline, we're going to, and you know, I love to say the only person you're lying to is yourself. And we're able to call ourselves out. Like if you say, I'm going to do that, I have good friends, like, oh, I'm going to do this, babe, to yourself, like, not that goal. We lines, and we're obviously, especially when things are low, but finances, except for those resources are that might be low. Yeah, I feel like.
Oh no. We could go on. I mean, obviously we can go on and on. That's why we're having a masterclass about it. But, you know, Lynn talked about prioritization, and that to me is one of the biggest things that people don't really even realize that they're not doing properly, because they'll talk on and on and on about how busy they are and they have this, that, and the other, and how can they do this? And like, well, time doesn't magically fall into your lap. You make time. If something's important to you, you're going to make time for it. And, you know, I know it's easier said than done, and we all have the same 24 hours, et cetera, et cetera. And you can throw any cliche you want into there. But when it comes down to it, when it comes down to it, there's a lot of truth in that idea of prioritization. If it really means something to you, you're going to do it. So if picking your kid up on time from soccer is important, you're going to show up and make that happen, even if you have 50 other things on your agenda. When things come up that are emergencies, suddenly you make time for them, even if they aren't convenient. So there are occasions, and I know that that's an extreme circumstance, but you can treat your life like that, where you really fine tune what you want to do. Like what do you want to do with your day? Like what is it that it's going to light you up and make you excited and push your business forward? Prioritize those things rather than giving so much thought to like the overthinking and the anxiety and the what ifs and the mundane, unnecessary tasks that you're just putting to make yourself busy. That's not going to get you to where you want to go. So from a productivity standpoint, from just a prioritization efficiency, you've got to take all that into consideration. And then what Lynn was saying about calling yourself out, I think it's also really important when you're truly looking truthfully at your schedule and like why you're not getting things done. Are you lying to yourself about why you're not getting things done? And I'll give you an example, because Lynn and I both have done this a million times. And it's no, I wait till the last minute because I work really well under pressure. So I can get it done really fast if I wait till the last second. So that's why I'm procrastinating it, because I have all these other things and I'm just going to do it at the last second. Like that's a lot of anxiety and a lot of stress that you didn't need. You could have gotten it done faster if you had actually prioritized it properly. And I see a lot of people. I mean, I just went to a networking event earlier this week where a lot of people were talking about, oh, I just can't get this done. And I'm like, every word out of your mouth right now makes me want to like force you to take my masterclass, because our masterclass is really talking about that. It's about, what do you do when you feel like you're procrastinating all the time? Why are you procrastinating? When you're overwhelmed, how can you get out of that space of overwhelm and start to prioritize and really work on the things that you need to work on? If your to-do list is 40 miles long and you're never going to get anything off of it, why is that? Like, let's look at the root causes of those things and actually address them, rather than just shoving everything into this little box that you're like, oh, well, it didn't work out for me today, and I guess that's just who I am now. But there's lots of things that we can do to mitigate and to make your lives better. It doesn't have to be so stressful. It doesn't have to be so anxiety ridden. And I know that for a lot of business owners, we do wear a lot of hats, particularly if you're a solopreneur. And Lynn and I know what that's like. I mean, I'm sure we all kind of know what it's like to be in multiple roles in your business, to have a family, to have a social life, to have other commitments, and to want to do it all at the same time. And we just want to teach people how you can, because you absolutely can do all the things if they're a priority to you.
Well, and this is why I think everyone needs to be there, guys. The date is the 24th. There's going to be 3 time zones all around the world to accommodate you. So they are super flexible to get you in the room. 2 things, I think, which is why you need to be there. It's my perspective, my opinion. Number 1 is, if you want to be a successful entrepreneur, you need to realize how you recognize the big rocks, because it is not about being task driven. You, as the entrepreneur, will not treat all tasks equally. And if you really want to create more revenue, more impact, more things, you've got to be able to figure out what's the big rocks and follow through on them. You're going to learn that from these 2 awesome ladies who I really respect. Number 2 is, truthfully, you're going to have to get your head around that you're a priority. Your business and your dreams for it are a priority. And I know every business owner I know that went from dabbling to shifting to really winning was when they say, I'm doing this for me, and not apologizing about it, saying, I'm doing this for me. It matters to me. It's a goal for me. And I'm going to prioritize, because myself, the person in the mirror, is a big rock. I want to see that anchor in a good way, kind of root down how the other decisions get made. So guys, you definitely want to be there. June 24th. This is a free event. How long is it? And how should they come prepared to get the most out of it?
It's only an hour.
The masterclass.
Go ahead. Delay.
No, so it's only an hour. And when you sign up, you do get a workbook that comes with it. So you can print out your workbook, have it in front of you on your screen, and follow along, fill it in. So it's interactive. We're all about action. So coming to this masterclass, you're going to get actionable items right away. Before you even come to the masterclass, your actionable item is to print out the workbook and get ready, because we are going to bring the action. We want you guys to actually get something out of it, take away something that you can use right away after the masterclass.
And afterwards, class itself, this will stay on as long as there are questions. So we'll take questions afterwards with Q&A, and we'll stay on until the last question is 1 hour. Change life.
And so this is it, guys. Not just the theory, right? Yeah. Not just theory. Actually, in your business, how does this apply? And 2 beautiful, amazing people who have great business skills are going to say, you want my perspective? Here it is. Straight shooter.
Absolutely. No excuses.
Guys,
only
no excuses. Get registered. 24th of June is going to be the masterclass of getting shit done. And you also highly, highly need to think, for like a nanosecond only, you should be in the Badass Amplifier that starts the 1st of July. Get there. It's Canada's birthday. What a great way to celebrate it.
Oh, yay. Happy birthday, Canada.
Just saying. Guys, thank you for being here. Any final words before we wrap up and get people down to the link and getting them registered?
Lynn, final words?
I've been going first the whole time. You can.
We want to help you. If you have a business, if you are a solopreneur, if you're an entrepreneur, if you are trying to take your hobby to the real thing, if you are tackling all the tasks, drowning in to-dos, this is a masterclass for you. You are going to be among like-minded people, and we want to help you get shit done. That's why we're doing this masterclass. So make sure you are signing up and showing up.
Love it.
Yeah. I would add to that, always an excuse made. There's never the perfect time, etc. The perfect time is change. You have to be different. And one absolutely be a pivotal your journey if you choose it to be. So we'd love to see you there, so that way we can share all the little nuggets. Yeah.
Guys, no excuses. This is the invitation. Action right now. Go get yourself registered. It's going to be amazing. Go see these amazing women. Go connect to them. They're going to help rocket your business. We'll see you guys there. See you on the inside.
Thanks, Christy.